Welcome back to Dragon Age, the Veilguard, where last time we went to go do Davrin's mission, as some Grey Wardens had gone missing in the Hosberg wetlands, and so we went to go check up on that. As we get there, as we go to this place called the Cauldron, the entrance to it, we find the gates to it broken open, and we enter into the courtyard before it. As we're like, what is this place? And Davrin's like, I don't know. There's some Darkspawn there. We kill them, and we eventually find a doorway that we have to enter into for the main part of the quest. We enter into it as it leads into a catacomb for what appear to be griffins, and we notice that the griffins are blighted, and the Gloom Howler is here. Exploring further into the place. There's also like these doors that we pass by that have like dates on them that correspond with the day or the year that lights ended at, or on, or in, year that they ended in. As we enter into one of these gates, leading to what we find to be the skeletal remains of an archdemon. This one in particular, the archdemon of the fourth blight, Zazakel, I believe it was, that Davrin mentioned. As sure enough, we enter in. The Gloom Howler starts saying stuff, ominous stuff, kind of calling the Grey Wardens terrible and whatnot. We fight off the Darkspawn, and eventually kind of go up to the corpse of the archdemon, kind of take cover inside it as the Darkspawn horde gathers. But while inside there, the Darkspawn kind of quiet as the Gloom Howler arrives and presents itself. We learn that we learn that it has a personal grudge against the Grey Wardens for some grave sin that they committed in the past, and doesn't really go into detail. Pretty cryptic about it, but she stabs a dagger into one of the bones of this like dead archdemon, and I guess draws forth blood from it somehow. Or I guess blight from it, maybe. As she plans on basically blighting the rest of the griffins that she had captured. But then Azan kind of swoops in and kind of bites at her, like harries her, and we then make our escape from within the bones of the archdemon and fight the Darkspawn horde. Once that is done, Gloom Howler leaves, we're left with we leave and return to the lighthouse, as in a follow-up conversation with Davrin, we kind of conjecture that the Gloom Howler was a former Grey Warden, and possibly an elf. After he and Emmerich kind of do a little ritual to, divine this scrap of cloth that Asan was able to tear from the Gloom Howler. We learn that the person was an elven woman. We don't know much of the details, but a Grey Warden as well. And so, Davern's like, all right, we'll have the others kind of their thing, search for details on that. As meanwhile, we go to speak with Solus for main quest as we consult with him. Basically kind of telling him that, like, we killed one of the archdemons belonging to Gillanane. She's now mortal, but was able to escape as we tell him that that we're gonna like work on our party's problems first before kind of doing a pitched battle against the gods, which he seems to approve of, as it is good to have a team in the right mind for it. But yeah, after that consultation, we went to go discuss something. We had to go to like the kitchen to speak with Davern and Lucanus, as they were kind of arguing and bickering amongst each other before, but now they seem to have chilled out and are like, yeah, we need to deal with our personal shit first. And in comes Lace, kind of telling us that she got a message from Antoine and Evka, and we'll go to discuss that. Or actually, I believe I delayed that. Now I think about it, as I believe there was a quest that popped up in Hosberg Wetlands by this guy named Sawyer, who told us about some looters that were at the Crucible. And now that we know that, there's a bunch of blighted artifacts and literal archdemon bones stored there. Probably best not to let those looters do anything with that. So we went and killed them in the courtyard of the Cauldron, calling it the Crucible. The Cauldron. And then we returned and discussed with the team what to do, as Lace informs us that some dragons, that the blighted dragon that attacked Treviso has appeared in the Hosberg Wetlands, and so the Grey Ones are kind of preparing to attack it and want our help, as we faced off with it before. So we go to the wetlands and meet with Evka and the Grey Wardens, as she informs us, like, yep, dragons here. We've like prepared ballista and stuff around its lair, but we've already lost some people trying to coax it out or fight it. Tosh suggests kind of luring it out, and she has a way of doing so. Yeah, we go to fight the dragon. As we approach this tower, Tosh kind of walks in by herself. She takes out this horn and blows into it to get the dragon's attention, and then she kind of breathes fire. And sure enough, the dragon comes out. Yeah, we fight it. As very, very quickly for the first phase, like we down it within like a minute, but then get cutscened. As a second dragon arrives, as well as Gillanane, as the dragon that attacked Minerathis also comes by here. So now we're fighting two dragons. They kind of lay waste to the Grey Wardens for a bit before we are able to challenge them. And yeah, we fight them and eventually kill both of them. But Gillanane, sore loser that she is, starts to reanimate the corpses. And as that's happening, Rook kind of rushes amongst the corpses at a ballista that had kind of fallen down, and kind of aims it at Gillanane, shooting her with it to kind of stop her resurrection of the dragons. And then after that happens, as we're about to like charge in at Gillenane to kill her, Elgernon appears and kind of with a spell that like slows us. He casts slow on us, on like everybody there, and basically takes Gillenane. He heals Gillenane and takes her to Arlathon, as you know, she is apparently essential in his plan. But yeah. With that done, we have slain 2 blighted dragons, so that is good. The wardens are happy about that, but we decide that before we can confront Gillenane and Elgernon, we need to help out the factions, get their shit together, and deal with their problems, as well as our companions, to have them deal with their problems and get their shit together. So we kind of go around all of our companions as, you know, we speak with Balara. She's kind of worried about her brother. And we find her with, like, Nev, as Nev is having an awkward time trying to console her. And so we take over. And, like, yeah, Balara, like, we're like, well, we can just sit here quietly if you don't want to talk about it. And so we do that, and then Rook starts humming, and then Balara's like, you're bad at this. You're bad at being quiet. And so we just ask her what's wrong, and she's like, Syrian is wrong. She wants to, like, save him, and but also know that he's doing a lot of bad shit right now. That's that. Nev has come into contact with another thread member. Or like something with concerning the threads. She wants us to investigate that in Minrathous. Davrin wants to follow up on a lead that they found on maybe finding someone that can possibly offer any information about the identity, the true identity of the Gloom Howler is. Harding got news that what was Sharef or something like that. The dwarf, the Kalsharok dwarf guy that led us to the Crystal Cave. And Chaper Volta. He's gone missing along with a few other dwarves down in the Deep Roads, and she wants to help rescue them. Tosh wants to slay a dragon. Simple as meanwhile, Emmerich wants to kind of return to the memorial gardens in the necropolis to carry out some new ritual. And then we didn't get anything for Lucanus yet. So we went to Hosberg Wetlands, where Davrin's contact was, as we met like this elven woman who told us about an elf during the Fourth Age, a Grey Warden, who had been assigned to the Cauldron, or I guess not necessarily assigned to the Cauldron, but she had been ordered by the First Warden during the Fourth Blight to basically blight the Griffins, and that somehow made them more powerful. Yeah. After Zazakel had been defeated, they basically, the First Warden ordered all of the blighted Griffins to be put down. And so that was kind of like those were all those remains of Griffins that we came across were about. So yeah. And then the calling hit that Grey Warden elf woman, who went down the Deep Roads and probably twisted into the form of the Gloom Howler. So yeah, now we know a bit more information about her, and that's basically where we left off. We also had a quest in Hosberg concerning Evka and Antoine as they're investigating stuff. So we continue. are we back here?
Dad, can I borrow some of your tools?
What for?
Leah, she's a tailor. There's a crack in her wall. It's going to leak. You showed me how to help with that.
All right. Take what you need.
Hey, Mila.
Oh, hello. Alright. This is a faction quest. Yes. Something wicked this way comes. Alright. Wardens Antoine and Evka are eager to learn more about the Blight, but their studies are interrupted by a looming threat. Ooh. Ho ho ho.
Evka, Antoine, you needed help with something? Is this about your studies?
Look at the blight here. The world dies like this if we do nothing. We need a deeper understanding of how it behaves. I have theories, but...
Something's wrong.
We've been keeping Darkspawn away from Lavendel, but those have been packs. What's heading for us now is a small horde. We push it back, or the locals wind up dead.
All right. Whatever you need. We'll do what we can.
Thanks. We must get ahead of this.
Where do things stand now?
Every warden will put themselves between Lavendel and the Blight. But we'll be spread thin around the village. There's only so many of us. We need to make that work.
Your plan to get us through is a good one.
I gave advice and people listened.
You credit yourself too little.
You can brag a little.
A little bragging never hurts. Just ask the Lords of Fortune. Build yourself up.
Huh. Maybe later.
I can help if you like. You're very easy to praise.
So what now?
In a room.
What can I do?
There are sentries equipped with horns stationed around the village. Those horns are sounded when an attack begins, and again if backup's needed. That lets us focus our numbers. I need you to check with the sentries. Make sure they're ready.
Is anyone ready for anything lately?
We've got to be.
Check back with us when you're done with the sentries.
We can hold off the smaller packs for a while, but there's no going back once the horde hits.
Come on. Let's check on the Warden sentries.
Okie dokie.
Evka and Antoine need us in here. Got it?
Got it.
Oh, it. By the door. Oh. Why are these doors open? Close that shit. Warden improvisation. A clay pot, a cloth stopper, and a hodgepodge alchemical mix. A good Grey Warden works with what they've got, their weapons, their nerve, and the ability to improvise. Stuff laying around here, so I'm kind of looking. In case there's more stuff. This. For this. Oh, doing blowing the horn.
Hey, Evka sent me. How are things here?
Evka's plan is good. Whatever happens, we won't lose the village.
That's right. Tell Evka we're ready.
Why'd they blow the horn? Have any new things? No.
Fruit? Vegetables? We've got what you need.
No, you don't. You have nothing. Don't lie to me.
Do you have what you need? You'll want medical supplies.
Avian candelabra. Possible.
Keep well.
Hello.
Hey, Evka wanted me to check in. Are you ready?
I am. The Darkspawn won't win this one.
Not on our watch.
We took those dragons, we'll take this too.
We should probably close that up with, like, you know, something.
If you're not dead, you're still alive.
For how much longer?
Play now.
You need something scraped together? Just ask.
Okay.
There's supplies if you need them. I appreciate your business.
Hey, buddy.
Wow. Look who it is. Name's Warden Augustin.
Evka sent me. How are things here?
The Darkspawn aren't on us, but they will be. I can feel it. And you go where the fight is, don't you? Tell Evka I'm ready. We'll hold Lavendel.
We should get back to Evka.
Who to be out here?
This village. It has to make it.
Evka has a plan.
Got a plan, Arthur.
Evka, the sentries are ready.
Good. Are you?
Yeah.
That's a horn. The Darkspawn are here.
That sound's coming from the glade.
We can't let them break through to the village.
Lavendel is the only haven left in this part of the Anderfells.
We make sure it stays alive.
We're not at the hook yet.
Good work, Rook!
jump down. That attack barely missed.
Watch behind you! Way to go, bro!
All Darkspawn, we must hold our ground.
They're down, but there's more fight left out there.
All right. You ready for the next call? We could check on the caves, see how the fight is there, or head to the farmlands.
Cool. Again, why is this door open? Oh, saw them all just spawn in there.
This is it. It can't break through.
Good. I'm all warmed up.
Oh, I freaking missed.
Incoming!
Thanks for having my back.
You took more than your share. Antoine?
What is it?
Something evil. A strange calling in the blight.
Something to look into.
Yes. But that's what we do. And today, we won the day.
He's right. Take that with you. When the next thing comes, we'll handle that too.
Only 2 fights?
It's in here, too.
You're sure?
It's faint, but yes.
Is something wrong?
Yeah, but first you deserve some thanks. Lavendel is safe.
They still need our protection, of course. But we won this fight together.
Y'all didn't do shit until that last cutscene.
I'd suggest we celebrate, but Antoine heard something strange in the Blight, and,
It's not music you want to dance to.
The Blight's song wasn't just strange. At first I heard the gods. But now... there's something else. And it's here, in the wetlands. It pulses. Weird. Pulling somewhere dark. It sounds... I don't know... pleased?
What does that mean?
We don't know yet.
Likely nothing good.
Right, but the Blight sounds pleased? How?
That's the closest word I had. It's a very unnerving type of pleased. If that makes you feel better.
Not really.
We need more time to study what the new song means, and where it leads.
And you can't listen to it all the time. We don't know what it is.
Evka, But yes, we have many different tests to run. Remember to visit Rook. We'll have results eventually.
Until then, stay safe.
Otters. Something wicked. Thanks to Avka's plan and the bravery of both the Wardens and the team, Lavendel was saved from Darkspawn. But while the village heaved a sigh of relief, the whispers of Antoine's ears became more unsettling. In the Blight, Antoine could hear a call, a mystery for now, suggests further evil lurking.
Antoine, what's on your mind?
It's like there's a pattern in the Blight, and no pattern at all. But always something pulling.
The tree.
How's Lavendel?
After our victory, people told stories, sang songs.
It was good to see people laughing.
That's good, that's good.
You had a hard road after Weishaupt.
It's not something you shake overnight. People put on brave faces, but they'd lost hope. When that happens...
But there is hope now. It started with the fight against the dragons. It continues now, in Lavendel.
You helped make it happen.
I'm attempting to improve my knowledge of Anderfell's geography, but I can't locate Lavendel on any map.
Places like this don't make the maps.
You can borrow ours. We updated.
Oh, how kind.
How are things going?
We're continuing to look into the Blight here. Its forms, how it acts.
For every answer, there's another question. Secrets lurking ever deeper. Salut.
Check is where we fought the dragons. Go in here now. Here. Oh, missed. Design sound. Ah, there's an art. An art? Ad about to start. Just as well as I gotta go to the bathroom. Okay. Take a little capitalism break. Boop, boop. I am back. Went to the bathroom and then did some stretches. Need them. Ah, anyways. Let us return. Dragon Age. Whee. Go down here. Doing the fight ones against the dragon. See if there's anything out here. One thing. Yoink.
Careful. We've a despair spirit.
Oh. Despair Undying.
It's over.
Alright. That killed all of the enemies. Okay. Was like a hidden boss. Yes. Very cool. Need to keep a lookout on any places similar to this, large areas. Give this passage. Oh, whatever. Oh, there's also here. By the farmlands.
You were holding her hand the whole time?
I'd no idea Johanna was involved when we found the Hand of Glory. Performing self...
Go, go, go!
Look to the right! Now, where were we? I'd no idea Johanna was involved when we found the Hand of Glory. Performing self-surgery. Ah, I pray she was already undead by then.
And now you've got a rogue hand on the loose causing trouble.
Well, that raises a question of independent will.
You mean, does Hazenkas's hand have a mind of its own?
The diabolical mind that spawned it is my main worry. We'll stop Johanna. We must.
Not open. Keep this spot. Us.
Be ready. That's how you do it, Emmerich.
I did not.
Trouble nearby.
Yes.
Well fought, bro.
How'd you get up there?
Coming in range!
That's blow up in his face.
End them, quickly! Excellent hit, Rogue.
Let's move, Rook. I'm there. Beat the odds.
Can't go there yet. Okay. Stagger 100%. Damage from the second hit increased by 25%. Target and all enemies within 4 meters of it. Crowd control. Fortune. Flynn from the Wardens. Talked with Flynn at the Warden camp. They're non-binary like me. Good to meet another they. We're okay to talk about it. Maevaris said not everyone would be. Flynn said they didn't have a big struggle to find it. Just felt like they were a mind that had a body instead of a body that had a mind. Being a man or woman didn't fit with who they were. Changed to they when they were a kid. Parents supportive. Physician guy too. No big fight. Huh? Didn't know if Maevaris or Tarquin. Told Flynn about them. They could probably get Flynn discounts on magical stuff. Flynn can help mix the medicines I need help to help with fire breathing. They asked if I felt the same as they did for mind-body stuff. Did breathing fire make me feel disconnected from my body? Don't think fire breathing is what did it. What they're talking about sounds kind of like Kuhn stuff. Mind, soul, body. Just felt wrong as a woman. Wait, Flynn wrote stuff down, only they wrote non-binary instead of non-binary. Are we supposed to write it with the dash or not? They also wrote themselves instead of themselves. Which one's right? Flynn says I should do what works for me. That does not help. I want to do it right. Flynn said maybe me wanting to follow rules is because of Kuhn stuff. Or Kuhn stuff. Then said sorry because I guess I glared at them. Flynn was trying to be nice. Healers are always like this. Gosh, like interviewing every non-binary person she meets, like asking, how do?
Antoine keeps listening for something. With the Blight.
Well, I'm sure he knows what he's doing.
Darkspawn won't get Lavendale.
Were you worried before?
No. Evka had a plan.
Rook, good to see you. All right, then.
Close as possible. Okay. What do we want to do next? Let's do Nev. Chasing leads. Go here first. Completed a quest. See if there's any completed 2 quests. Now, follow up, follow up, follow up. Oh, you check.
Is that Zara Renata? This place isn't big enough to keep every corpse you guys find.
Zara spoke to Ilario before she died. Emmerich can talk to the dead. I have to know.
I wouldn't have offered my skills if I thought it was unsafe. Let flame rekindle your sight. Let breath and light rise again. Tell us about Ilario della Morte.
Martyrs. He fooled us both.
Elaborate.
You took what he wanted most in this world. More than coin, pleasure, family.
The title of First Talon.
Jealousy is a powerful motivator.
I thought he cared enough to grant me a quick death. Why imprison me and risk everything?
An improvisation on this one's part. You had too much potential to die so young.
And Katerina? Did Ilario hire you to kill her?
No.
Ilario used blood magic to control spite. How? He's not a mage.
Our risen god gives many gifts.
Elganon? Ilario's working with Elganon.
Her spirit strong. Haste would be appreciated.
Let her go. We've heard enough.
I'm sorry, Lucanus.
So am I.
What are you going to do?
Take away everything from him.
Ooh. Vengeance. Yes. Yes. Imperium Secret. A Fortunate Heir. Siren Mercia is back in Minrathous. The recent inheritor of the Mercia fortune made quite an impression at the Roseo's gathering while publicly pledging to support one of Magister Dorian Pavis's recent endeavors, except from an old copy of the Imperium Secret. A note attached from Nev. Nice bit of luck considering he was Tala's third grandchild and grandma, along with grandkids. 1 and 2 were all Venatori who died in ways we'll call showy. Another stroke of luck. The will that wrote out non-cultist Siren couldn't be found, leaving only the one with him still on it. My guess at the time was the Demon of Varantium, Tala, and Grandkid 2, similar demise. Grandkid 1, showing off a bit, following in Lucanus's handwriting. Grandkid 1 was Ilario. Update from Lavendale. Rook. We watch Darkspawn movements as always. They put up a fight when wandering the woods and wetlands, but we'd rather battle them out there than in Lavendale itself. Small improvements are still improvements. Thought something strange was happening before you sent word to us. Things have only gotten stranger and more daunting since. But if we are tangled in this, at least we are tangled together. There is no one I trust more in this world than Evka, but you can be second. We both wish you luck, and rest when you can find it. Your friends, Antoine and Evka. Rare poetry. Oh, that wasn't the right button. Rare poetry. A note from Nev attached to 3 slim volumes of poetry. Emmerich. Took some digging, but I know a lady who knows a book collector who sells to the Archon's Palace. He said these are some of the last copies of Nydia Oppius's work. What with her being dead, if you arrange a reprint, their value plunges. Don't think you'll mind, though. P.S. The book collector said if I wanted obscure poets, there's a good one in Ravane, had debts, works out of print, but he got bailed out by an anonymous donor. Funny thing, it was all in King's Golders. You only see those in Navarra.
I hope it comforted Nev to see the dragon that ravaged Minrathous brought low.
Mara.
She felt it all over. Her attraction to the hero, a powerful but properly contained tingle. Nearly exquisite.
Oh?
Properly contained. No, sounds bad. Okay, cut the middle line. Much more natural.
What are you working on?
Oh!
Fan fiction?
I didn't see you.
Stop.
What did you hear?
Something good, something scandalous.
Enough to get a powerful but properly contained tingle.
That isn't, I mean, I'm not, Oh, you're joking, right?
Yes.
Most of the time, yeah.
Nev found me more cereals. I've read them, all of them, multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought maybe I could try it, writing my own, I mean. Not like Varric Tethris, but my own sort of thing. For me, and people like me. Something to focus on, besides Syrian and all of that. And you know, you're also interesting, it helps for inspiration.
And you went straight to smut? Interesting.
Fighting ancient gods does keep things interesting.
And you know the rest. It's impressive. What you've done, I mean, brought everyone together. You're a good person. Really.
Just don't tell anyone. I've got a reputation to uphold.
Right. Your secret's safe with me. But I'm probably not the only one, you know, who notices. People look up to you. And more are going to when this is over. Anyways, thanks, Rook. I'll talk to you later. Gotta finish this scene.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Have fun writing smut. About Rook, apparently.
Your warden contacts, Evka and Antoine. They came through in a pinch. Where'd you meet them, anyway?
It was the Deep Roads. They were there on warden business. Varric and I were after Solus. We didn't tell them at the time, of course. But you survive a Deep Stalker attack together, and you make fast friends.
Okay, make sense. I want a pet Deep Stalker. They're cute. Hello, Azan. Hello. How you doing, buddy? West from Davin. Follow up on that lead.
Hey, Rook. I was planning to take us on to the woods in Arlethan soon.
Want
to keep us company?
Sounds good to me.
Hassan will be glad to hear it. Needs to stretch his wings.
Ah, yes, Arlethan, where two gods went. A friend in need. What can go wrong?
You hungry? I'm hungry.
Eat cooking.
The Wardens must be celebrating in Lavendale.
They should. I don't know why I came out this way. Gosh, everybody. Any new monuments? Seems new. The big dragon monument, though. Which is... oh, yeah. Manfred. Challenge you yet again. Alright, we're tied. One wins. Manfred wins. You up to, old man?
Hey, Rook. There's a complete collection of Randy Dowager quarterlies here. I see Chuckles in a new light now.
Ooh. Very nice. Got two. Let's bring Tom. My two lowest friendship leveled friendos. Gotta go there. All right, there's like massive. Honestly, kind of looks like it just there. The beacon down here. Thanks for check the Black Emporium, see if there's anything interesting. Or new, now that we've progressed the main story a little. Hello.
Prices are not negotiable. Do not taunt the monster beneath the floorboards. But we do accept returns.
God, that's expensive. Ornate lockpicks. Dragon, Avar. Village of Couch Rock memory. Achy skin.
Another satisfied
Feed.
Armor, crafted by yours truly.
Fashionable leathers, fashionable robes. Getting in the way.
We'll get you something just right.
Uh-oh.
Nothing today?
No.
Find beauty in everything, friend. I heard about you. I've been looking for work, and now places are closing. Some of the job flyers are just venatory recruitment.
Venice. The market. You won't believe your eyes. Physical feats and magical flair of the incredible juggling Helvia twins return from a trip to the Navarran court. What new tricks have they brought home? See for yourself. Well. Meeting here.
Oh, I don't know. I just clear the tables.
I'm nervous.
Taking a break from the horrors out there? Very good.
Hey, the bards are back. Meet with the Threads at the Cobbled Swan. Nev meets with the Threads to discuss Aelia.
There's dangerous fanatics, then there's Aelia. She's loose in Docktown, and we're in the dark.
What's the plan?
The Threads and Aelia's Venatori are at war. That might slow Aelia down, but until I know her plans, I need to hear whatever information the Threads pick up.
What about Rana? Can she help?
I told Rana that Aelia's back. She needs the warning. As for help, Rana wants to be an example. Not sure where that goes anymore.
You're worried about her.
I'm worried about everyone. Tired enough to admit it.
Docktown's protected. What can the Threads do for you?
Aelia's a pain for both of us. Let's talk.
We know people in this town. Neighbors. When they don't turn up on the rounds, we notice. Aelia used the Threads for dirty work. Stolen relics, muscle, spies. These people, they disappear.
And you don't know where to.
Aelia's good at covering her tracks. That's why you're here.
I've got names of missing people, including those hardly anyone noticed yet. All yours, no catch.
No catch? Now that's friendship.
Isn't it?
This is war. We find Aelia, we kill her. Give the cult something to think about. You find her, you do the same. Docktown's ours.
To Docktown. From the people who breathe it, bleed for it, no one's got its back like we do.
To a better Docktown. And doing the best we can till then.
You go far.
To home.
All right.
You help the threads out of a corner. The boss won't forget it.
How are the threads?
Ready to take Aelia off the board, if we knew where she was. Rook, I don't suppose you know someone who can take 10 high-quality broken mage staffs off my hands?
Broken?
Yeah, the guy who brought them in, he's new.
Any interesting news?
I've got nothing you don't already know. If I find something good, yours, for a fair price. Rook, here to shop? Or digging into Docktown's secrets?
Yes.
Alec, how are you?
Let's consider, shall we? Dragon attacks, Venatori murdering whoever they feel like. I'll leave the math to you.
He feels great.
What have you been up to?
We're not making war on the Venatori. I keep things spinning. The Threads still have a few entertainment spots running. They still make coin. Who doesn't need a drink and a song lately?
Can be nice to forget for a moment.
Damn Venatori. Feels like I'm always looking over my shoulder. If they get me, make sure I have a light on the wall. Pay some mage to keep it lit. I want the brightest in the place.
Alec.
What? I like to look good. What brings you to town? Something devious?
Me? No.
Well, if it isn't Rook, making yourself a local fixture. Look who it is. Rook!
That sounds like we have exhausted the dialogue. Yeah. Brand need. Let's see if I can go. Better kitty.
Is the thread market more fun when Venatori aren't wrecking the place?
It's never boring in the thread market, and that's not always a bad thing. Aelia wants all of this. The market, Docktown, the city. I can't let her have it.
In here? expecting something to show up. Nope. Passage there. I see that. Better. Or, no, that leads up to. Brought down at some point. That right there. Might be open now that I've that route. By these docks that are over here.
We're not alone.
I'm trying to say that always has enemies at it.
Your death will be the start!
The last one. Honestly, can't go through that. Surprising, considering it looks like it's just a separate thing. I guess not. Kirby. We are the living memory of our ancestors who dwell within us. Remember, we are not alone. Exit. Alright. Arrangement.
I've heard another landscape has been added to your collection.
It grows.
Greetings once more.
Hello.
We bid you welcome. You live.
It's true.
Welcome again.
Yes. Greetings.
I was thinking everything.
The dead await.
All right. Arrange. And thanks. Yeah. Manfred. Visit the Necropolis Gardens again with Emmerich. Meet Emmerich at the location marked in the Necropolis. Emmerich returns to the Memorial Gardens of the Grand Necropolis, where he reveals a secret ambition that will change his life forever. And before he wants to
now,
become a
what
lich
do you
or
have
something.
to say for yourself?
Did I miss something?
Since we're here to gather flowers for the dead, I thought I'd teach Manfred some plant names. But I just caught him attempting to wade into a rose bush.
Emmerich, how could you stay annoyed at that face? Skull.
Friendly hiss.
Oh, Manfred. Whatever will happen to you if I pass on?
If?
Ah, there's something I'd like to talk about. Do you know what a lich is, Rook?
Holy shit.
Doesn't ring a bell.
A lich is a
I
mage
literally just called it.
transformed into one of the undead while retaining their true, original consciousness. The idea fascinated me when I was younger. For years, I researched and experimented, spoke with spirits and mages. Then, eventually, I found them.
Who?
The Lich Lords of the Grand Necropolis. Necromancers before me who'd transformed themselves into true living dead.
Well, didn't need to sleep tonight.
They're unlikely to visit your slumber. The Liches are the great protectors of the Necropolis, bulwarks against forces that threaten creation. After years of tests and rituals, they granted me my desire, the right to attempt lichdom.
Well, that's great for a necromancer, right?
It is a singular opportunity.
Good?
Lichdom is an incredible honor. Immortality, prestige, the most hallowed ranks of the Watchers, as well as a chance to be of service past my allotted years. But there are considerations.
As?
Come. We have flowers to gather for the dead.
Okay, but I've got questions.
Blue creepvine. This will do nicely.
Emmerich, aren't most undead just random spirits inside corpses?
Liches are different. It wouldn't be a spirit acting in my name. My true consciousness would be housed in my departed flesh.
How?
The Order must keep some secrets.
Fair enough.
Moon blossoms, famed in verse and song.
Smells like perfume. Do liches have a sense of smell?
I've been told that while some of my senses will dull, others will become available. Other than that, I can't say if the flowers would still hold their bloom for me. Lichdom serves a purpose. There are dark things in creation, threats to both our world and the Fade. The liches of the necropolis have the insight and the abilities to oppose them.
And you're joining them when?
Certain elements have held me back.
Such as?
There's no ready instructions for lichdom. The steps must be discovered on one's own over years to be fully understood.
Does the spell to become a lich kill you, or do you have to...
No, mercifully, that falls to another watcher. After my death, my soul will be drawn back into my body instead of moving on to whatever lies beyond.
I just stood on the bench.
So, what's holding you back from lichdom?
Even with all my preparations, there's a chance I could die permanently during the rites. What cowardice! The promise of immortality, an end to all my fears, and the final veil stays my hand.
That's reasonable. Lots of people are afraid of dying.
Is it? When it keeps me from what I most desire? Traditionally, candidates for lichdom face one final sifting of the soul. If they avoid it, you saw my old colleague.
Hezenkos. She's a lich.
A half-lich, though that hasn't diminished her powers. Until I stop her plans, I won't possess the peace of mind for lichdom. Why don't you select the next flowers, Rook?
Sure. So what's a half-lich exactly?
Johanna attempted the rites of lichdom and failed. Stuck in her in-between state, she is supremely dangerous, but can't learn any new magic.
No wonder Hezenkos was shouting so much.
Oh, she's always been that way.
What about the sifting of a soul that Hezenkos avoided?
The spirits of the necropolis judge whether a candidate is worthy of the power and responsibility of lichdom.
How'd she become a lich without it?
I shared some knowledge when we were colleagues. She apparently put together more than I knew. It would be just like her to skip the rituals, the cleansings, the preparations of the soul.
That's right. There's probably another skeleton in there.
Probably a lot of skeletons. Yeah. Bet. I just sat there for like 3. Alright. Anyways. Let's get back to gathering the flower. Learning about Lich.
For a watcher, Hezenkos is pretty harsh on spirits.
We made allowances because of her discoveries. Too many. Spirits are not things to be disposed of.
You really care about them?
They're so susceptible to the world's whims, Rook. Some spirits are dangerous, but how quickly most respond to a bit of kindness or care, or simple attempt to understand. For all she's done, I can't condemn Johanna for attempting lichdom. That freedom from mortality, that divorce from fear. And of course, time to read all of one's books.
Of course.
But how she's abused her abilities. Are my intentions enough to fare better?
Worrying is a good sign.
We have enough flowers. There's something I'd like to show you. Here we are.
Oh, so these flowers are for...
Yes. If you could place them on the graves, please.
In memory of Rupert and Eleonora Volkarin, they walk eternity hand in hand.
After I became a watcher, I erected a proper shrine to my parents. When I come to talk, I like to think they listen. Well, don't be shy. Introduce yourself.
Rook, it's a pleasure. Do you remember your parents?
Some memories are bright. Others are akin to those dim, early morning dreams one gets sometimes. Lately, I wondered what they'd think of our current course, the choices ahead.
Your lichdom?
What would they have wanted me to be?
Sorry, but I'm pretty much the worst person you could ask.
Surely not the worst.
I've got my days. You could always speak with your folks, couldn't you?
My parents last saw me as a boy. By the time I mastered my corpse whispering, I was a man. If I woke them, there might be a flash of recognition, or... Besides, if I speak to too many other spirits, Manfred might grow jealous.
Can't have that.
He'd be impossible, I agree.
Alright. Arrangement. Emmerich reflected on his desire for lichdom and the dangers he'd face becoming a lich, while gathering flowers in the Grand Necropolis Gardens. Placing a bouquet on his parents' graves, the senior necromancer mulled over his past and future, grateful to have company. Gravestone inscription. Our beloved's home.
You don't get it. About the Kunari stuff. That's my mother's crap.
But you know so much more than you give yourself credit for.
But never as much as her.
Ah.
Don't me! She's the expert.
Of course she is. She has decades of experience. But a proper teacher never makes a student feel inadequate.
Maybe in Navarra.
Death we rise. Critical ability hits apply necrosis. Apply necrosis to all nearby enemies when your critical ability hits defeat an enemy. And the companion's cooldowns are reduced by 10 seconds whenever an enemy. Library B. Failed lichdom. I can't stop imagining Johanna's attempt at lichdom. The incantations, the preparations, the final blow. Then to accomplish nearly everything all alone, yet still fail. How she'll chafe in her inability to learn new magic. Is fixing this part of whatever she's planning? What would have happened if we'd stayed friends? Would I have supported Johanna's renegade bid for immortality outside our oaths? Even join her? In the deep hours of the night, I fear my answers from Emmerich. On death. I never thought I could teach Emmerich anything about magic, but the other day he got really excited when I told him about Avar's spirits I saw in the Frostback Basin. You remember me writing about that. He did know that Avars believe in reincarnation. The Morn Watch likes learning about different death customs. It makes me ask him what the Watchers think happens after you die. He got all pensive and kind of sad and said not even they know for sure. That must be so frustrating. For that to be your whole life and not even know. I'm going to try to cheer him up with a hike. Hikes always make me feel a little better. From a letter to Harding by her ma. Or to her ma. Yes. Rounds here, and then we'll probably call it for the night. Everybody. Okay.
Hey, Davrin. If you need to talk, about what you found out, I'm a good listener.
Thanks, but not sure you can help. It's a warden thing.
Well, it's also a your history was a lie thing, and, we're Dalish. Those are our gods out there. I feel like we're qualified.
Right. That's a good point.
Have fun talking out your feelings. Was lace still? What?
Anything need doing? I'm always ready.
I'm sure there's more stuff that they would comment on.
Your old necromancer friend, Hezenkas. She's a lich?
In some respects, her attempt to achieve lichdom was only partially successful.
So there are different kinds? Which kind are you? A good lich or a bad lich?
I'm not a lich.
Oh, okay. But Hezenkas is bad? We're okay to kill her? Or re-kill her?
Yes, if we must.
Okay. Sorry we have to re-kill your friend.
As am I, Tash. Thank you.
Not the re-kill.
Rook, you're here.
Is something wrong?
Biago and Thea sent word. They have information about Ilario. Whatever it is, they wish to speak away from Treviso, away from anyone who might be listening. They won't put more to paper. I need to meet with them as soon as possible.
Daughters. Done.
Supper in Docktown?
You actually taking a break?
I've got leads to chase on Alia and Docktown's missing people. A few sources will only talk if I'm alone. But if you're around after, you help me uncover all this. Supper's on me.
Sure. Count me in.
A clear mind. Or we end straight. Battle of wits. Determine whose mind is greater. Alright, we're out of time. We're out of time. Manfred wins. Yet again. Greater of our two minds.
Rook, when's the last time you slept?
Don't worry about it. Right. We are going to end here for today. Boop. Hold on. Save 14. 13 out of 100 used save slots. Game is good at math. Alright, but we're gonna end it here for tonight, as it is about 3 a.m. I'm hungry. I'm probably gonna go make myself a sandwich, and like rest my throat for the rest of the night. Yeah, we shall end it here for today.